Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen folks, there's a link tree down below. Has links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as the links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, folks, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing a live radio show right here on this channel. We're going to be talking about the Jets. We're going to be talking about roster moves they made. We're going to be discussing it all. So please call in. I take live callers. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Now, with that said and done and put to the side, I have come to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets free agency moves. Boy, oh boy, has Joe Douglas done one heck of a job, man. He really has. There was a lot of question marks going into this free agency period. A lot of people wondering if Joe would be able to close the deal, how he was going to handle certain things. And he made quite a bit of moves to really improve the New York Jets roster. And so we're going to discuss it. So I'm going to go over the moves. Again, this is a fluid situation. So while I'm talking, they might sign somebody. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't hear a player's name, don't trip. I'll do more content for them. We'll also be talking about it on the show as well. So we'll discuss that. So again, just stay with me. I'm going to cover the guys that we know of as of right now, this minute, you know what I'm saying? Because Joe Douglas is just, I'm telling you, the Joe Douglas and this staff is really doing work as we saw. Okay. So first, we're going to start out with their first free agency signing, which was Laken Tomlinson. This is a guard. Let me tell you something. This is a guy that we brought in that I was excited about. I talked a little bit about him in a video before about free agents that I want to see the Jets target. I talked about James Daniels, which was my big guy, but I also talked about Laken Tomlinson, that he could be out there and maybe the Jets target him. And boy, did they go get the guy. 3 years, $40 million, $27 million guaranteed. This is a guy that I like. Listen, first off, he stays healthy. This guy hasn't missed a snap of football in 3 years. Ain't missed a snap in 3 years, okay? He also understands the scheme and system because he played under LaFleur when he was with the Niners. So this is just a solid move here. This is a guy that's aggressive. He's ferocious. This guy, I'm telling you, gets his hands on you in the run game. It's a wrap. You can call it a day. This guy's a Pro Bowler. He handles business. So this was a great signing by the New York Jets. Again, he's a guy I think we plug into that right guard spot. We leave Vera Tucker at that left guard spot. This is going to be huge because you could not go into next season with Greg Van Roten at right guard. Whoa, that would have been really, really bad. So here's the answer to it. This is another guy. Again, this is Joe Douglas investing in Zach Wilson, investing in protecting this young guy so he doesn't be, dealing with PCL injuries every year because he's got pressure, right in his face constantly. So this was a good move by the Jets. I really like what they did here. Solid signing by Joe Douglas. So next guy, we re-signed Braxton Berrios, man. Braxton Berrios is back. 2 years, $12 million, $7 million guaranteed. All right, here's a guy that, fan favorite, we saw him make play after play after play, especially down the stretch during the season when we lost some wide receivers. Okay, he was the guy that stepped into the slot, made plays out there, but he also was big in our special teams as well. All-pro kick returner, okay? Now, there was a lot of jostling going back and forth coming into the offseason. A lot of people were wondering if he was going to come back. Here he is. He's back. I really like this signing because not only do we keep one of our guys that really put on for us, but it shows the rest of the locker room and the league that the Jets keep their guys. You come here, you keep your nose clean, you don't cause any issues, and you play to the wall for us, we will reward you. That goes a long way in gaining respect of a lot of guys in your locker room and a lot of guys around the league as well. So I really like this re-signing. Salutes to Joe Douglas for bringing back Braxton Berrios. Next guy he brought in, Tevin Coleman. We got Tevin Coleman, 1 year, $1.5 million deal. Now, this kind of shocked me a little bit because I thought, hey, Tevin's an older back. I thought we would move away from him. But they wanted to bring him back into the fold. Now, Tevin is a guy that, hey, when he was put out there, when he was spelling, especially when Michael Carter needed a blower too, guess what? Boom, Tevin Coleman was able to come in. He was a solid back, definitely did his thing. There were some games where he got quite a bit of carries, but he's an older back. So bringing him back, I'm thinking like, What does this say about this running back room? Maybe this is putting somebody on notice, like Ty Johnson, right? Ty Johnson was a guy that we were hoping would really step up this, past season, and there were some issues. There was a lot of drop balls. He had fumbles in critical situations that costed us. He didn't really rise to the occasion like we thought that he would. Maybe the signing of Tevin Coleman, maybe they go running back, really late in the draft as well. Maybe, Ty Johnson is being put on notice. Hey, buddy, you don't step up, you could be up out of here. But nonetheless, they bring back Tevin Coleman. Again, a guy that can be utilized within the system, understands where he needs to be. Solid move by Joe Douglas. Next move by Joe Douglas. CJ Uzomah. We signed a big tight end, former Bengal. We bring him into the building, 3 years, $24 million. Listen, this was a really good move by Joe Douglas as well because it fills a need. We have no answer there at tight end. This guy's a big target, 6'6", and he fills a void around here, man. He really, really does. Now, I know a lot of people were banging on his production with the Bengals. Last year with his career highs, he had 49 catches, 493 yards, 5 TDs. A lot of people saying, hey, this is not much for a guy, his size. What are we going to do when he comes here? He's not like a George Kittle. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is a guy that's going to come in. He's going to give Zach Wilson a reliable set of hands. He's probably going to be really big in the red zone as well, red zone threat. But also what this allows the New York Jets to do is go into the draft and get another tight end to pair him with, okay? Now we have somebody that we like, okay, this is a guy that we can absolutely go to. Then you go in the draft and you grab a guy like Trey McBride or something like that. Dude, this is going to be crazy. We're going to look like the Patriots used to look when they had their big 2 tight ends. You know what I'm saying? Guys to go after. I thought that Uzomah was a great option again, especially when we saw Schultz get tagged, we saw Gesicki get tagged, and we saw Njoku get tagged. So I like this move by Joe Douglas. Really like that he brought in this tight end. Next guy that Joe Douglas was able to get as well, DJ Reed. DJ Reed, the corner from the Seahawks. Let me tell you something. 3 years, $33 million. This guy's a young corner, about 25 years old, and he's solid in coverage. Very solid guy in coverage. Now, what I do think he's going to do is he's going to come in and probably be at that second spot. In my mind, I'm thinking Hall is our number 1 corner. Reed is going to probably be our number 2 corner. He's probably going to battle with Eccles. But another thing that's big about him is he played under Sulla 2018, 2019. Do you see you see in a pattern here? A lot of the guys that we brought in have dealt with our system, have been played under Sulla or played under LaFleur. They understand what we need to do here. Here's a guy that understands. Again, he gets the system. He knows where he needs to be. He knows how to handle business. Now, I will say, I do think, he's probably going to have that number 2 spot. Maybe it's going to be a battle between him and Eccles. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see what happens there. But I think Hall is still going to be our number 1, and then you put Reed on that other side of him. So I like this move. We brought in a corner that's definitely going to help in coverage. I like what Joe Douglas did there. Now, the next move that he made, Jordan Whitehead, the safety, was able to bring him in 2 years, $14.5 million. Now, let me tell you something. Marcus Williams was the big name that every Jets fan was talking about constantly, right? Marcus Williams goes and signs with another team, and there was a lot of people that were upset. Marcus Williams got $14 million per. That's what's been reported. Now, I looked at this situation and I'm like, $14 million per. It was reported that the Jets were waiting for him to bring his number down slightly. And it was kind of between us and the Ravens. He chose the Ravens. I don't think that Marcus Williams ever wanted to come here. I think he was utilizing the Jets for leverage. And I think when the Ravens gave him what he wanted, he said, I'm jumping on and I'm out of here. So to me, at this point, Marcus Williams really was not a realistic kind of signing for us because I don't think he wanted to come here. But to get Jordan Whitehead in the door, that is huge. This is another guy that I talked about as well at safety in my free agency videos of a guy that I want to see New York Jets target. This guy is going to be a very good strong safety for us. This guy is, you want to talk about run support, dude, he's going to come down into the box and blow people up if they even try it. Now, again, we got ran on quite a bit last year. We had a lot of things going on in safety. This guy is going to come in and really help our run defense. Now, listen, we still, we got Joyner back there as well. We got him and Joyner. So I look at it at this situation like, hey, we're pretty solid at safety. And I'm thanking goodness that Joe Douglas did not decide to go into next year sitting there with Ashton Davis, because Ashton Davis, he's just not good. He's not a guy that you want to go forward with. He's going to be within the rotation, but you cannot trust Ashton Davis to be a starter. So I really like this signing, really like what we brought him in at. I really, really like him picking up Jordan Whitehead. So as we continue on, we were also able to get Nathan Shepard back. 1-year deal for Nathan Shepard. So he's going to come back into the fold. Here's a guy that's back on our defensive line. We just lost Fadu Kasi as well. Fadu Kasi signed with another team. Salutes to him. I wish him nothing but the best. But as he moved on, our D-line's a little thin here. We also lost out on, other defensive linemen that we were targeting in free agency too. So we get Nathan Shepard back. He can come in, be within the rotation and continue to help or try to help this defensive line flourish. That's probably also something we're going to target in the draft as well. So we'll see how that works out. The New York Jets were also able to get Dan Feeney back. Okay, we got Dan Feeney back, guard, got him for a 1-year deal too. Here's a guy again that's going to be within our rotation. Solid guard, solid backup option. So salutes to Joe Douglas for that. Joe Douglas was also able to get Eddie Pinheiro. He's a restricted free agent. We offered him a deal, $2.4 million. Again, Eddie Pinheiro is a restricted free agent, so the New York Jets will have the first right of refusal if he does, sign another team's offer sheet. So we'll see how that continues on. But again, Eddie Pinheiro was 8 for 8 last season, kicking field goals. The New York Jets have had an issue at kicker for so long. We got rid of Jason Myers, we got rid of Nick Folk, and it's just been a whirlwind ever since. We've had bad kicker after bad kicker. Everybody remember Vidvik. Vidvik was kicking extra points into the stands. He couldn't figure things out. We had multiple kickers after that just could not get it together. Pinheiro stepped in and has kind of righted the ship there. Now again, with our special teams taking a step up, that helps our team, okay? You got Pinheiro holding us down as a kicker if he continues to flourish. And then you got Braxton Berrios, who we just brought back, solid kick returner. The Jets need to, continue forward with that. Having solid special teams in this league goes a long way. Goes a long, long, long way. And we've seen it hurt us in the past as well. So I do expect the New York Jets to bring in another kicker, just to have some competition there, and they're just not going to hand Pinheiro the job. But I do expect Eddie just to continue to be consistent and do his thing. So solid job there by Joe Douglas. Now, another re-signing that we were able to get back, Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is coming back, 1-year deal, $3.5 million. Let me tell you something. That's huge, man. That's huge. Backup quarterbacks go a long way in this league. We've seen teams be able to survive. Now, if Zach Wilson maybe has to sit down for a little bit dealing with something this year, Joe Flacco is going to be able to step in. He's also going to be a veteran voice in that quarterback room as well, which is huge. We were also able to re-sign another quarterback as well in Mike White. Mike White, we put an original round tender in for him, $2.6 million. Now, keep in mind, if another team does, take him, does sign him, because there's some interest surrounding him around the league. This guy played well in some spots. There was a time when a lot of people, a lot of Jets fans were saying Mike White should be the starter because he was playing so well. So there could be interest. So if another team does end up signing him or taking him away from us, guess what? We get a 5th round pick back. But I tell you what, having Mike White back into the fold, unless he goes, takes off with another team, having him back here, that's solid, man. Again, we're continuing to surround Zach Wilson with some veteran guys that have done it before. And again, if Zach Wilson has to sit down, Mike White could absolutely step in. We've seen him step in and play well before. So I think that Joe Douglas did a really good job. He answered a lot of questions that we had in free agency. And he put a lot of people on notice around the league that I'm not going to wildly overspend, but I will make smart signings that are going to do what it needs to do for my football team. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How are you feeling about free agency? What are your thoughts about the signings? What is your favorite signing? I want to know from you folks, and I want to hear from you. So comment down below. Let's go back and forth in the comments. You folks have a good one. Peace.